Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to your week 9 lesson, your video lesson. We are covering Unit 5, The Way to Rainy Mountain today. So let's get started. All right, what is going on this week? So we are spending the whole week reading The Way to Rainy Mountain. So you have Section B, Section C, Section D, Section E, and Section F. That covers the entire book. Don't panic. We'll talk about what that means in a bit. You have a 5.04 quiz on Tuesday and a 5.08 quiz on Friday. And as always, we have Class Connects on Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. So what am I covering in this video? We are going to look at alternative assignments for 1.13 narrative, 2.10 summary, and 3.05 compare and contrast. We're going to talk about reading expectations, online content, lessons, and quizzes for this week. We're going to introduce The Way to Rainy Mountain, and we're going to introduce the end of unit assignment. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get going. All right, let's take a minute to talk about alternative assignments. So if you are missing assignments, don't panic because there's still time to get caught up. You can find alternative versions of unit assignments on formative.com. These alternatives replace both the final assignment and the planning document. So if you do anything on formative.com, it covers both the final of the unit and the planning document. So that's two huge assignments that get covered once you do those formative.com assignments. How do you get to these alternative assignments? Well, first, you go to formative.com, look for these assignments. For Unit 1, it's the After 20 Years by O. Henry narrative conclusion. For Unit 2, it is the 2.10 summary paragraph. And for Unit 3, it's a 3.05 compare and contrast writing template. So once you've chosen whichever one you want to do, you can do all three. You can do 2 out of 3. You can do just 1 out of the 3. It does not matter. But once you've chosen which one to do, or which one you're going to work on right now, read the instructions carefully and follow all directions. They should be pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes we get stuck. So if you get stuck, don't worry, you're not alone. Just ask for help. So reach out through email or ask us in class, and we can help you. When you have submitted something in formative.com, make sure to let us know. So email us once you've submitted any of these assignments, because Formative doesn't alert us when there's new assignments to grade, and so sometimes it takes us a while to get to them. So let us know as soon as you can, and we will update your grade. Okay, so what are we doing this week? We are reading The Way to Rainy Mountain. So this is what the book should look like for you guys. I hope you all found it. By the end of the week, you will be reading the entire book, which may seem daunting, but we'll talk about how it's not very daunting. Make sure to complete the online content lesson. So when you go to OLS, go to Content, go to Unit 5, go to 5.01 and start there. Complete the lessons one task at a time. Repeat for each lesson in the calendar for this week. So this is what it may look like. So you go to Content, Unit 5, and then just go to those units and do the work for them. For this week, that will be 5.03, 5.04, 5.05, 5.07, and 5.08. So all of those content lessons are things that you are going to want to go through, and they're super important. So make sure that you get to them. They're going to help you with your reading, and they're going to help you build context into what Mama Day is talking about when he's writing these things. And make sure to complete the quizzes. Have another tab open when online, and have your book in hand to help you. So the quizzes are worth points. So we want to make sure that we're getting those done as well. So once again, you're reading Rainy Mountain, you're completing the online content lessons, and you're making sure to do those quizzes. So when you open the book, this is what it looks like. So even though, here I'll show you my copy. It might seem kind of like a big book. It's about, 88 pages, something to that effect. It does not have writing on every single page, and the writing that it does have doesn't cover the entire page. There's also pictures. Oh, where's my camera? Yeah, there's pictures in there too. So you're not reading 88 full pages, you're just reading a little bit on each page. And I want to talk a little bit about the structure. So the book is broken down, I can't speak. The book is broken down into 3 sections. So there's a section about the myths, and oral stories of the Kiowa people. And then there's the history of the Kiowa people that's related to the myths and the legends and the oral stories. And then there's a personal reflection about Mama Day himself. So this is what we call a memoir in this particular section. So once again, 3 sections, and they cover 3 different perspectives in the book. This is just a little bit of more information on the 3 voices in The Way to Rainy Mountain. So there's the voice of myth and legend, stories and narratives of tribal or origins and experiences. The voice of history, so an objective third-person voice that recounts historical perspectives. And Mama Day's autobiographical voice. So this is his first-person memories of what's happening in his childhood or while he's walking to the mountain in current time, if that makes sense. So a helpful hint for reading, and this is something that I talked about in class on Wednesday. I am a very slow reader, and so when I can, I like to find an audiobook because it helps me read. So if you plug into YouTube The Way to Rainy Mountain audiobook, one of the things that you'll find is you'll find a playlist. I did not create this. This is somebody else's creation, just so everybody knows. But you'll find a playlist of a reading of The Way to Rainy Mountain. So each video on this playlist goes over a different section, and you can actually see how long it takes them to read that. Another useful thing about YouTube is over here you can save it. So if you have a YouTube account and it's for free, for anyone who has a Gmail, you can get a YouTube account for free. That's what I use. See, there's my YouTube. Ta-da! I'm a rose. Not that you needed to know that. But you can also save the playlist, so you can save it to your library so that it's easier to find later. You can share it. I actually am going to include the link to this playlist in the description of this video. So if you want to get to it quickly, you can always find this video on YouTube, go to the description, click on that link, and it should take you to this playlist. And it will help you read. Okay, everybody, let's take a minute to look ahead into the unit final assignment, which is going to be a personal research project. So this is what it looks like when you find it on the OLS Unit 5. It's 5.10 and assessment. There are 2 different folders that you would be downloading. I don't want you guys to worry about it too much because this is 5.10. We're not even going to get there this week. So don't worry, we're going to do a lot of things in class, so you will be fully prepared to work on this as we get closer to the due date, okay? Okay, so the 5.10 personal research project is going to be a PowerPoint. So at the end of this unit, you will be creating a personal research presentation using PowerPoint. Your project will be similar to the book, The Way to Rainy Mountain in structure, and it will contain the following sections. So you're going to write a bit of personal history, you're going to write your reflection, and you're going to take some sources from world history and put that all together into a PowerPoint. This will not look like the assignments we have done so far in this class. So the assignments that we've done so far are a lot of writing and a lot of writing paragraph structured. This is not what this is going to look like. So if that makes you excited, awesome. This assignment is still pretty far away and we'll be doing a lot of it in class. So once again, I don't want you guys to worry too much about it. We are going to do a lot in class and we're going to talk about it a lot more as it gets closer. So this is just a basic introduction. This is a sample of how it might look. This is from Mrs. Seward, so thanks, Mrs. Seward. So we have details and facts from the memory, so it's a birthday memory. We have Mrs. Seward's reflection on those events, so this is the memoir portion, the memory, and then we have a world event. This is the history component of it. You see how it's in a PowerPoint and we've included pictures, we've got some fun stuff. So this is a sample of what yours might look like. So again, very, very different than what we have been doing so far. All right, so what did we cover in this video? Let's see, did we do what we needed to do? We covered the alternative assignments for 1.13 narrative, 210 summary, and the 3.05 compare and contrast. Those are all on formative.com. And make sure you let us know when you have completed them. We went over reading expectations, online content lessons, and quizzes for The Way to Rainy Mountain. So make sure you go to your online content and complete those assignments. We introduced the way to Rainy Mountain and we talked about the structure of it. And we introduced the end of unit assignment. Once again, that is coming up way far down the line and we're going to talk about it a lot more going forward. So what I want you to concentrate on this week is reading the way to Rainy Mountain. And then we will concentrate on the project aspect of it at a later time. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday at 9 a.m. and on Wednesday too. Happy reading. Bye.